What's rocking, guys? Welcome to episode 25 of my FC Utrecht career mode. So in this episode, you see we'll be starting off taking a look at some players that we want to target in the transfer window. Got some players requested, a few of them. Of course, was Depay. Unfortunately, that was nowhere near being able to afford him, even though it actually could make sense because he's been stuck at PSV forever, and they did not fare well in the last season. So Brownie, unfortunately, went to PSG, and that just was not going to happen due to that. It would have been way too expensive to bring him in as a backup center back, essentially. But Cristoforo may take a look at him here. Just have to see how everything works out. He's a bit on the expensive side, so we're going to put in a full season loan, but he's actually an important first-team player already, 22 years old, so that just shows how he's moved up in the ranks with Sevilla there. So definitely is a bit tough, but I've honestly kind of grown an attachment to some players, so really, all I think I'll be doing in this transfer window here is at least bringing some squad depth, unless we can bring on Cristoforo on loan. So, of course, it's very interesting just to see where we're going to head, in this transfer window. There's not too much really we can do, in my opinion. We brought in Schneider. We brought in Bakuna already. Then we have Ayub. Decent offer in for him, but there's no way letting him go. But I think we've really done enough to strengthen the team. At center back, we can maybe improve a little bit, but I do think Lewin is adequate. He's decent with Douglas next to him, but you'll see now Perry Kitchen. We're going to target him just as kind of a rotational center defensive mid. He'll maybe start a bit. We'll see what kind of goes on, because we have so many good central midfielders now that it's good to have that depth. We need that depth because injuries can definitely hit, and if we get hit with injuries, we're kind of screwed over. So 3.5 million euros for Perry Kitchen. And of course, Christopher, we cannot afford him, unfortunately, and they also rejected the loan, as you could see earlier. But 3.4 million euros. I could have gotten him for a little bit less, as you can see again, loan offer rejected there. But I did sim this match against AZ. I do not know why. I should have played it in all honesty, but my bad. It's kind of one of those things. I'm trying to push on, get this series done with before we get to FIFA, because I do plan to get EA access, and I'll do some tests, with player growth and the like, and probably play with some of the other modes just so I have some previews for you guys, just so you guys can see how the game is, how the modes are and the like. But decent wages as well for Perry Kitchen, as you saw. That was only 20 million euros a week wages, so that's very good wages there. So definitely glad to bring him in on very low wages, so we don't have to worry too much about that. So you'll see him slotting in there. It looks like probably going to start right away, just because I would like to give him a go at center defensive mid in some of these games we have before we play Champions League. We just want to give him a look here at center defensive mid while we play Go Ahead Eagles, see how he fits in, see if he does a good job. I am pretty aware of him. Of course, I'm American. I follow MLS. I do think he should be playing with the United States men's national team, but that's not happened yet, and consistently, unfortunately. He's played I believe it was 1 or 2 appearances so far, but either way, we're going to get into this match now. Go Ahead Eagles with the 4-3-3, and of course, prototypical Dutch formation, but we, of course, would be combating it with our 4-4-2, as you'll see in a second. But 3 points are definitely necessary here. We have not fared so well in the league so far, so we need to push on, try to grab 3 points here. Definitely focus on Champions League and Dutch Cup, so we'll see how those tournaments go here. But again, the diamond formation: Schneider, Boymans, Zardes, Ayub, Fuentes, Perry Kitchen, Tyrone Mings, Lewin, Douglas, Bakuna, and Bojanic at goal. But you'll see Bakuna pushing down the wing here. He'll play the ball back to Fuentes. Some space again for Leandro Bakuna. He's going to have a bit of space, a nice little bit of touch. Going to put the ball back in, and Boymans is going to play it back to Fuentes. A good save, but I think I should have taken the shot with Boymans. There would have been a lot better chance, and that was unfortunately wasted. Maybe putting the ball at a much tighter angle for Fuentes right there. But it's either way some good play, but it was a good save as well. But we'll see here. This ball going to be put in the box. It's going to fall back to Zardes, and just had very, very bad hit there. Could have done a lot better, put some more power on it, but that was a very poorly hit finesse shot. So he's pushing on here. It looks like it's going to be win the ball right there. Push on, have a bit of space. I believe that's Schneider. He's going to cut back, play the ball back to Zardes, play a great ball to Ayub, who looks like he's going to be through on goal. We'll see if he can cut down that angle. Goalkeeper did do a good job cutting down the angle, staying it pretty close to his short post, but maybe should have done a little bit better there. Ayub maybe curled that around him, maybe could even rounded the keeper, but either way, we're going to have to try to push on. Hopefully Go Ahead Eagles does not take advantage of all those chances we've missed really here, but a good save from Bojanic. That was a very good build-up play and a good run. Bojanic is in a very good spot, however, to sniff that out there. and put the ball out for a corner kick. It was in a great spot again. He's been really promising so far, so nice to see him stepping up. Of course, being such a quality young keeper. Some great build-up play. Look at this. Boymans with the ball, going to play over the top to Zardes. He's going to have some space, take the shot. It's going to be deflected out. That's some gorgeous build-up play. Unfortunately, great defensive work there to deflect the ball out for a corner kick. You can see him sliding in. The go-ahead Eagles sliding in late to deflect that out. Put that away for a corner. Now we're going to have a chance here. It looks like ball put in to Douglas. Is going to rise up, and a great finish from Douglas there. Definitely deserved a goal, but we should have it. Really probably could be up by 3 goals at the least here. But either way, we put this one away. Able to go ahead now, but that's kind of punny because we're playing go-ahead Eagles. But we're in front now, and we will continue on. Hopefully we can take down any chance that go-ahead Eagles has. But look at this ball put in. You'll see on the replay, this was all attack where the defense, where the opposing team, really just exploits the defense with ease. Take a look at the replay. How many men are, 1v1 with a defender? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys hanging in the box and one guy hanging around it looking to make a late run, and that just always going to be tough. 5v5 basically. Somebody is going to lose their battle, unfortunately, on our side, and we did there. But Schneider with the ball has a bit of space, going to cut down here, and a great ball put into Ayew. Nice to see Schneider getting into some good form. He was kind of invisible, I have to say, the first episode in the match against FC Twente. He was a bit invisible, does a good job though sending this ball in for Ayew, and you can see really showing, well, he's been getting some transfer offers lately. Of course, he's a very promising young player. But that is how the game would end. So nice to grab 3 points here and move on in this episode. So we definitely want to continue on in the season, grab as many points as possible in the league. But so we kind of stay in contention. It's going to be very difficult, of course, balancing all these different competitions. Basically, you see some of our young players going out on loan now. So we'll see how they grow. Of course, this is the last season, but either way, I think we've made some really good, young transfers, brought in some good young players. Of course, some of them have good overalls, but exactly, the physical stats aren't the greatest. Either way, though, it's kind of makes me, wish I had more time with career mode to really keep going on and have some of those young players through the future and continue on and, maybe try to turn this team into a dynasty, into one of the world powers, of course. But you'll see we still have the chance to do it now in the Champions League. It'll be difficult, but we'll see what we can do. Of course, we still have to deal with the league here, showing one more league match in this episode as we continue on. And Groningen really has caused us some problems in the past. They've beaten us in the Dutch Cup. Of course, we've been terrible in Dutch Cup in general, I have to say. That has been a tough competition for us every year, all the time. So I would like to get over that hump this season. So hopefully we can do so. But Shuri, a very good center attacking mid, playing behind the striker there in that 4-2-3-1 as we'll continue on here in this matchup. And of course, try to grab a much needed 3 points as the ball is going to be played back out wide. Have a little bit of space, push forward, maybe have a chance here, but the ball is going to be cut back, won by Ayew. It's going to fall back to Perry Kitchen. It's going to have some space with the ball, play it through here. Some gorgeous play. Look at this build-up play. That's great stuff. Schneider is fortunately pushed off the ball, though, as the ball is going to be pushed back out wide. And Fuentes is going to win the ball back. It's going to push back on. It looks like he was fouled, but he's going to play the ball back to Schneider either way. He's going to have a bit of space here. Going to cut the ball back in. Great 1-2 play. Schneider is going to put the ball back in the box. Boymans wide open. He's going to take the shot and forces me deflected out wide for a corner. So pretty good chance here to start out the matchup, as I did show a pretty extended highlight here. But ball's going to be put in the box again. And look at that save, it looked like there. But very tough start to this matchup. Good chances for both sides, so definitely going to be interesting here now. But the ball's going to be cut back to Ayew, back to Fuentes. He's going to cut the ball back in the middle to Schneider, and a great tackle there to stop what looked like a sure goal maybe. It's definitely going to be through on goal Schneider, but that was a great last-ditch tackle as the ball's going to be cut back here out wide with the ball. But Kundic gets pushed off the ball like nothing, and look at that. Ball's going to hit the crossbar. It's going to fall back, and we're going to clear it out to safety. Will we have a counterattack here? No, we will not. But look at this, forcing a save there. Great again. We're just so dangerous on set pieces lately. Again with Boymans, Douglas. Ball's going to be put back in, though, this time to Zardes. It's going to take the shot. It's going to be a good save, but Boymans going to take advantage of that rebound and tap it in. as he goes through the nets, and just a very gritty game this was. Finally able to get on the board here. Definitely have been having tons of chances throughout these 2 games, but I have not been putting them away as I would have liked, as we would finish this game up 1-0, winning this matchup in a very tight fixture. I have to say, it wasn't too much going on really. I didn't have too many highlights, but we're going to still sim some matches in this episode, see how things go. We're going to have this matchup here simmed with a fairly very mixed squad, basically kind of a rotated squad. We'll see here. You can see all these different players: Verhoeven, Koum, Jones, Marquiet, Zulo, Lambuish, Amrabat, Gomez, Zardes, Sitaku, Ruben. So very mixed squad again, but mainly due to the Champions League coming up here shortly, and just kind of match congestion and the like. As you'll see down here, 1-0. Can we grab a late equalizer? 80, and nope, we do lose now, and that is very frustrating to lose in that manner there. Now you guys will see, though, the Champions League draw here. Manchester City, Schalke, and Copenhagen. So Manchester City and Schalke, that's going to be very tough. 2 teams that have vast experience in Champions League. Now Copenhagen, that's a team we need to grab 6 points from, essentially. But you'll see here on next episode, we're going to start out with Manchester City there when we're going to face Schalke. 2 very tough teams. So a point even, in those 2 matches may be adequate. So we'll see how we can do in that matchup, guys. But thanks again for tuning in. I'll be signing out now, and I'll catch you guys later.